These type of robberies are very personal.
A break in a case involving a Seattle home invasion targeting a popular rapper.
Violent crimes that affect the people that are involved.
Items belonging to Macklemore recovered by police. Why detectives believe he may not have been the only target. Firefighters on the front lines of Washington's largest wildfire.
Yeah, we got 4 by ice.
Stopped by Border Patrol.
Crazy, dude.
One firefighter describes the moment 2 of his fellow crew members were arrested as the Bear Gulch fire continues to spread. New wildfires are sparking across the state, and our drought conditions are only getting worse. And a King 5 investigation uncovering ICE's misuse of Washington state data is now sparking broader demands.
We need to take a look at all agencies in Washington state.
We begin tonight with a break in the case involving the robbery and home invasion of singer Macklemore's house. A suspect is in jail tonight. Nearly 3 months after the violent break-in at the star's Capitol Hill home, Seattle police found many of the stolen items at a jewelry store. This is King 5 News at 11. I'm Greg Copeland. King 5's Jim Nelson reports from South Seattle, where all that evidence was found.
Help, please!
That was Macklemore's nanny banging on the doors of the rapper's neighbors moments after his home was robbed in June. Cops say she was there with 3 children and was attacked with bear spray by 2 intruders.
She was victimized just as much as that house was victimized. We care about her as a victim. We care about providing her some sense of justice.
The 22-year-old woman escaped and called 911, but the guys were gone. Thousands of dollars worth of items were stolen.
This was a very difficult and long, complicated robbery investigation. Our investigators worked around the clock to solve this case.
Working with other agencies, Seattle police tracked one of the suspects to a home in Renton. That led to evidence that the stolen items were at a jewelry store in King Plaza off Martin Luther King Jr. Way in South Seattle. They found other items that investigators believe belong to other high-profile victims and athletes.
All of these robberies we do believe are connected.
The suspect was arrested on a separate robbery charge. The Macklemore case is expected to be filed soon. Detective Eric Munoz says regardless of who the victims are, these are important cases to crack.
These type of robberies are very personal and violent crimes that affect the people that are involved.
We're seeing the consequences of our dry weather tonight. Lightning is sparking wildfires across Washington state. Fire crews say the location of the Martin fire in Chelan County is as rugged as Cascade Mountains come. It's about 60 acres right now. Holden Village is under level 2 evacuation orders, which means be ready to leave at a moment's notice. Several trails are also closed, including Martin Ridge, Bonanza Peak, and Holden Lake Trail. Lightning is also responsible for 3 more wildfires in the North Cascades National Park. The biggest of the 3, the Perry Fire, is burning about 50 acres. The other 2 are much smaller. Trails and camps in the Little Beaver area of Ross Lake are closed right now. If you have Labor Day weekend plans in the North Cascades, you will want to check the Park Service's website. 2 firefighters who were working on Washington's largest wildfire are now in federal custody. The arrests happen as crews battle the Bear Gulch fire on the Olympic Peninsula. King 5's Bridget Chavez has the latest from Mason County.
Behind me, you can see the smoke from the Bear Gulch fire. Federal agents confirm that 2 firefighters were arrested who were working that fire, and now state leaders want answers.
Yeah, we got 4 by ice.
This video shows Customs and Border Patrol agents moving in on crews working the Bear Gulch fire in the Olympic Peninsula.
Crazy, dude.
King 5 spoke with one of the firefighters who was there. He wants to remain anonymous, but spoke with us over the phone.
We went some place that I've never seen, you know, and it was kind of weird because it's just one way, you know. It's one way in, it's one way out.
The firefighter says he and his teammates were stunned to see federal agents.
We got members from the tribe of Umatilla, Cayuse, and Walla Walla. This is crazy, man. Look at that. Post it up.
Even more shocked when they lined them up and started taking pictures of their IDs.
Thank you, sir. Whenever you guys get a chance, exercise your tribal rights.
On me, I had my ID, but I was still thinking, man, is this enough proof? You know?
We have a different crew over here.
He says the 2 men who were arrested are respected crew members.
They're discussing about fraud hours.
CBP confirmed the 2 men are being held at a facility in Bellingham. The agency says the 2 are in the country illegally, and one of them has a previous order of removal.
Oh yeah, they're good guys. He's been doing this for a long time. He has a lot of experience. He's everyone loves him. That kid is just he just goes, and he's I have a lot of respect for him.
Governor Bob Ferguson says he's deeply concerned and his team is pressing federal agencies for answers. And Senator Patty Murray also criticized the move, calling it immoral and dangerous.
It's just weird, it's scary. I just want to tell people, be safe, man. Like these people are just doing too much, and yeah, man, I just felt powerless.
The Bear Gulch fire has burned nearly 9,000 acres and is still only 13% contained. It's expected to burn until winter. In Mason County, Bridget Chavez, King 5 News.
Meanwhile, a King 5 investigation has prompted calls for an audit of all state agencies after we revealed ICE agents used Washington state data to track down undocumented residents. Hear the call to action from civil rights groups in about 8 minutes. Fletcher Merkel and Harper Moisky, these are the 2 children who were shot and killed yesterday at a church in Minneapolis. And tonight, a memorial honors the 2 lives lost and the 18 others who were hurt. Fletcher's father spoke for the first time today.
We will never be allowed to hold him, talk to him, play with him. We love you, Fletcher. You'll always be with us.
And the parents of Harper shared a statement writing that she was bright, joyful, and deeply loved, and her spirit touched everyone who knew her. This is what remains at the church tonight. Boarded up windows cover where the shooter started firing from outside the stained glass windows. A 9-year-old survivor describes the chaos.
My teacher got on the floor. She kind of motioned me to get on the floor, so I just jumped down, and then my buddy kind of grabbed my hand, and then we kind of just ran out with my teacher.
Among those who were hurt, 15 of them were students between the ages of 6 and 15. 3 other adults attending Mass at the time were also hit. As for the shooter, police say the 23-year-old left behind hundreds of pages of writing with, quote, indiscriminate hate. They say the shooter had a deranged fascination with past mass shooters and wanted to kill children. They believe the shooter attended the school at one point. The FBI says it recovered several items it considers potential evidence in the search for Travis Decker. They found those while searching a campground west of Leavenworth this weekend. That's near the scene where Decker's 3 daughters were found dead back in June. Items collected during the search are now being tested to determine whether they're tied to the case. Authorities are still offering a $20,000 reward for information leading to Decker's arrest. A convicted serial rapist is back behind bars after he was accidentally released from jail in Kent. Seattle police say 50-year-old Noel Stepney walked out of jail in July while he was waiting to be sentenced. Officers arrested him on Tuesday after he was spotted on a sidewalk in North Seattle. Excuse me. The King County Prosecutor's Office says he posted a $75,000 bond before the court realized he had already been convicted. The King County Superior Court says after the trial, prosecutors did not ask for him to be kept in custody, and that's why he was released. He's now booked into the King County Jail. An Arlington father is holding on to hope nearly 5 months after his son disappeared. Jonathan Huang has been missing since March 30th. His family will honor his 22nd birthday on Saturday with a walkathon. It's a 4.1-mile loop that will go through the South Juanita neighborhood, the same area where Jonathan was possibly spotted on June 23rd. Since that night, the trail has gone cold.
I feel like we've died, and just watching the world go by, and we know that he's out there somewhere desperately needing help.
The walkathon starts tomorrow night at 7:30 p.m. and will last for 22 hours. The Everett community is honoring the lives lost to overdoses. Tonight's event, A Night to Remember, A Time to Act, was held to bring awareness to overdoses in Snohomish County and honor families whose lives have been changed forever.
We don't want any person that has died from an overdose to die in vain. There are so many stigmas against the disease of addiction, and we want to remember that these are brothers and sisters, fathers, mothers, cousins, aunts, uncles. These are people that are loved, wanted, and needed.
If you or someone you know is struggling with addiction, you can get help from the Washington Recovery Helpline. It is free. It's confidential. Just call the number on your screen, 866-789-1511. More than 100 dogs are safe tonight after one of the largest animal rescues in Auburn's history. It started with a welfare check that revealed 103 Chihuahuas. That's a Chihuahua Dachshund mix. The animals were kept inside a 2-bedroom duplex. All of the dogs were surrendered. They're now receiving care. Anybody interested in fostering or adopting can contact the Auburn Valley Humane Society. A warm welcome for our area's newest police chiefs and sheriffs. More than a dozen kids were sworn in as chief for a day today with police and sheriff's departments across Western Washington. The children, all living with chronic or life-threatening conditions, were honored for their courage and their strength.
It's really awesome, actually, just because it's usually those kids that aren't in the spotlight as much, and they definitely deserve the honor for that.
The event made a comeback after a 7-year hiatus. Organizers hope even more agencies and kids can take part in the years ahead.
I'm very concerned because this is explicitly what the Department of Licensing said it wasn't doing.
And now civil rights groups want every state agency to prove they are not inadvertently helping federal agents. It comes after a King 5 investigation revealed ICE illegally used state data. A temporary fix is in the works for the White River Bridge, how the state plans to do it, and when drivers can hope to slash their commute.
Well, a few of us saw some spotty showers earlier today and even right now, but pretty much everyone is going to get right back to hot and dry tomorrow. In fact, look at the latest drought monitor. We are in a moderate to severe, even extreme drought. We'll take a look at your forecast in detail when we come back.